So in today's video, we are going to be talking about when to buy the brand new Road to the Knockout stages. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. For the cheapest premium trading service for just £4, €4, or free with Amazon Prime. You'll get yourself daily trading and investing guides covering both Xbox and PlayStation with an array of different techniques depending on your budget. I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million on multiple titles, and recently making over 10 million in the first month for the last 3 years. So in today's video, we are going to be walking through everything to know about buying the team at the knockout stages, talking about different scenarios players can be in, and overall the buy time on the cards. So, first off, the old Road to the Knockout stages are out, and they're looking like a pretty good team. I mean, we can get you the team up right here. They've got themselves a nice mix of Champions League players, Europa League players, and Green Cup cards. And yeah, so the cards are looking pretty nice. I'm sure you guys are wondering, when should you go and buy the team? So the first problem we have is that EA, sadly, haven't really told us everything about this. Now, what I mean by this is we don't know if we're getting a second team. Now, EA's made out so far that a lot of promos are just going to get one team, especially pre-World Cup, because of there not being much time. But when I was doing my research, I was wondering, okay, well, normally the FAQs, they'll say we'll get a major team now, we get a mini team then, and a team next week. EA's FAQs, they forgot to upload them. So we are going to be having to go off the presumption that there is going to be one team. But if there are two teams, the trends will change a little bit. So very nice team right here. And as I say, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at last year's trends. So we are going to start off by looking at the Champions League cards. And we'll start off with the likes of Ryan Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch, you guys remember last year, got himself a nice little Road to the Knockout stage. Wasn't quite as nice as this when it started off, but it was a relatively nice card. Now, the game after Ryan Gravenberch got his Road to the Knockout stage card, Ajax went and won 4-0. So, what do you imagine happened to the likes of Ryan Gravenberch? Wrong. He didn't go up whatsoever. Right? Ajax beat Dortmund 4-0 on the 19th of October. If we scroll down here and go to the 19th of October, this card did not rise whatsoever. There was zero interest in this card. It's crazy. They won 4-0. The card didn't rise. But when it did rise is when it went out of packs on the Friday. Now these guys didn't actually play again until the... where are we looking? Until the 3rd of November. Which is the exact same as this year. As in, teams are about to go and play their second set of games on the 11th. And then they're not going to go and play for another 2 weeks. Now, if you don't know how the upgrade system works with the Road to the Knockout stage cards, basically you have to get 2 out of your 3 next wins and for one upgrade, and you have to progress to the final round for your second upgrade. Which means that the wait between the first upgrade and the second upgrade for the majority of people is just too long. So, even if a player like Ryan Gravenberch, like Ajax, do the unthinkable and beat Dortmund 4-0, nobody gives a toss. No one gives an actual toss because they have to wait so long for the upgrade. The only time the hype really kicks in is when he goes out packs. And he goes up there from 15 to 27. So let's have a look at another example. We got the likes of Rttk. Okay, well, he plays for Real Madrid. And Real Madrid basically do the opposite. So rather than a really bad team being a really good team, I guess it's a really good team being a really bad team. So maybe does this have another trend? Maybe this has a different trend because Rttk is a really big meta card. Believe it or not, they played each other on the 19th of October. The trend was, got to the 9th of October, everyone was like, oh, Real Madrid are going to slap them. They did slap them, but it was so expected, the card just went and dropped. And believe it or not, it dropped to Friday, and then it went and rebounded when it went out of packs. I move to the last example right here. We got Danjuma, played for Villarreal. Villarreal played against, who have we got on the 19th of October? 19th of October, I believe they played Young Boys. For some reason, there you go. They played Young Boys, just like the Real Madrid. They beat Young Boys 4-1. What happened to the likes of Danjuma? He just dropped. He literally went from 57 to 38. And he proceeded to drop till Friday. And then he rebounded. And again, this basically happens because there's just so long between the first game and the second game that people can't be asked. Which kind of means that the whole special point of these cards, or the whole point of these cards being upgraded, is completely irrelevant to the majority of users. So now I've got another trend right here, which is a player, and one of the more bigger players, that is a favourable player to win, who didn't win. I showed you earlier in the video that Ryan Gravenberch obviously got a 4-0. Well, obviously, Royce was on the other end of that 4-0. So what happened was he was in the chips on the Friday because there was so much panic selling on the Monday because people it was such an unfavourable outcome. They ended up, being the chips on the Monday. But even though, they lost 4-0, he rose and rose and rose. So basically what happens if you are a favourable outcome and your team wins, so if a big team loses against a small team, the player should be cheapest on said day. Whereas if a player has a favourable outcome and they win, they just don't rise. Basically if you win, you don't rise and you drop till Friday. If you don't win and you're likely to win, you do drop until the Monday, then rebound. Let me go and show you a team that is unlikely to win and didn't win. And here's a great example of a player who is unlikely to win and didn't win, and that is Mukelele. Mukelele and RB Leipzig did have to go and face off against the likes of PSG. They played against each other on the 19th, and by no surprise, obviously he started dropping as of the 19th, but just like the players who were favourite to win, he was the chips on the Friday. So the outcomes are, teams that are favourite to win and they win, they drop till Friday. Teams that aren't favourite to win and they win, they drop till Friday. You win, you drop till Friday. Teams that are favourite to win but don't win, drop on that day. Teams that aren't favourite to win and don't win, drop till Friday. So the only cards that you don't buy on the Friday are teams that are very favourite to win and they don't win, like the Ajax versus Dortmund. So what I'll do is I will go and calculate the current matchups or the matchups we can expect to see this week on basically where they'd fit. Let's go and equate the cards. So I don't believe we have a Juventus one at the moment, but if we do get a Juventus one and they win, they drop till Friday. If not, and for some reason they lose against this team, they'll be the cheapest on the Tuesday. We then get to the Man City, and the Man City one is Phil Foden. And once again, if they lose on the Tuesday, they should bottom out on the Tuesday. If they win, chips on the Friday. PSG have Messi. I don't know how much Messi will really get affected by these, but once again, they lose to Benfica. I don't know, I think I'd want to play it safe one way or the other and buy Messi Friday. We then get to Dortmund Sevilla, quite an even matchup. Obviously got Sule for the likes of Dortmund. Don't really think matters what happens here. I think you're buying on Friday one way or the other. Then get to Chelsea versus Milan. Again, I don't think one team's too favourite over the other, so I'd imagine you're buying Friday one way or the other. Shakhtar Donetsk versus Real Madrid. Valverde, if they win, buy on Friday. If they lose and you see a bit of panic selling on Tuesday, that'd be great. Then get to Napoli Ajax. Obviously Zagadou. I'll be honest with cheap ones, I'd probably buy Zagadou on Friday one way or the other. Again, I don't think if they lose it's probably that devastating, so Zagadou Friday. Let's go Madrid versus Club Brugge. Yep, I would say if they do lose that game, you'd imagine you're going to buy the likes of Lamar on the Wednesday, if not on Friday if they win. Porto Leverkusen, don't believe we have any from there. Rangers Liverpool, I don't believe we have any Liverpool ones yet. Then what do you go to? Barca Inter, doesn't really matter who wins. I don't think there's one team madly favourite over the other. Buy either on Friday, no matter who wins, loses. Bayern Munich, do we have a Bayern Munich one? We do have Müller. I doubt Müller will be affected too much. But once again, if they lose Wednesday, win Friday. Tottenham, do we have a Tottenham one yet? I don't believe we do. No. Oh, we do have a Liverpool one, by the way. I think I might have skipped the Liverpool one. Liverpool lose, I would imagine Konate could be the cheapest on the Wednesday, if not wait till the Friday. Tottenham and Frankfurt, we don't have one. And Marseille Sporting, I believe that we don't have one. Let me go and grab the Europa League games for the Arsenal, for the Odegaard, Moreno, Terrier, and Simone, and Arconi. So we don't actually have any data to go off of the Europa League cards last year, because I think the Europa League cards got their cards after they played games, which, as a result, I think made the matchups a little bit null and void. But nonetheless, yeah, if Arsenal lose, then I'd imagine Odegaard with the cheapest on the Tuesday, if not on Friday. What other ones we have? Then we got Simone, and again, Liga, kind of be discard one way or the other. I'd imagine Friday one way or the other. Then we have the likes of Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Daiga. Can I find them? Liga team. Hello, hello, hello. I cannot find them for some reason. But I'll be honest with you, with Terrier being discard, there, yeah. With Terrier being discard, I'd imagine it'll be a buy on Friday one way or the other. And Iconi and Gerard Moreno, because both of these cards are going to be discard, I would imagine they are going to be a Friday buy one way or the other, just because they'll consistently be supplied. Which cards I think would rise the best out packs here? I'd imagine something like Lamar. I'd imagine something like Rafinha would be very, very good. Pros are obviously hyping up other players. There'll be other players. Charles Terrier gets hyped up. He can be played as striker, and he's obviously got the new lengthy hype, so I'd say he might be a nice cheap one that get hyped up. Sule could very well get hyped up with the likes of the lengthy. Again, I would normally stay away from players like Valverde, Aubameyang, Messi. They're just so expensive that the average person is not going to be buying that card post-Friday. One of the reasons they rise post-Friday, by the way, is because people get their weekly coins rewards. So I'd say if you are looking to buy anyone on the Friday, or if they crash, I think I'd be looking at Rafinha. I'd be looking at Lamar. And again, if you want to gamble on, I guess, Konaté also would be good. Obviously, French Prem centre-back, he's got some nice combinations there. Again, don't really fancy these cards. They're a little bit too expensive. And again, I think Odegaard, the 2-star weak foot, kind of kills his demand a bit. But there we go. That is the cards. Hopefully I've walked you through what happened last year, buying patterns, and at the end gave you my 2 cents in sort of cards that I'd look to buy. Thanks for watching, and see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.